And we are back here for day 2 of the Invitational here at the Las Vegas Open, Frontline Gaming's Invitational, LVO 2023. We saw a bunch of great games yesterday. We had started with 64, got down to 32, then to 16. Now there are just 8 remaining players in an incredibly competitive, high-level event here at the Rio in Las Vegas. And Dan,
hi.
Everyone still has smiles on their face.
Right. Yeah, because people love this game.
We are going to get right into it.
For priority already.
We are going to switch right down to that.
We're seeing dice down at 9, and they're a minute ahead of schedule. This is great.
Correct.
Well, they're already having a ton of fun just rolling for priority.
Simon's got Pyro and his screens.
All right, so what we got today here for our first game is Simon Jerry versus Aaron Franklin. Simon has 1 priority, and he is running X-Men. He's the only X-Men player left from the 13 we started with. And he's been the only X-Men player for a couple of rounds now.
Yeah, yep, that is true. I believe we have Sooner at one of the other tables, also with a Brotherhood mirror match. We have Kharkov and Jeremy, who we saw on stream yesterday a couple times for interviews and the like.
Yeah. So I'll run over Simon's list real quick. For his roster, he's got Storm, Beast, Domino, Magik, Logan the Wolverine, Rogue, Jean, Pyro, Ghost Spider, and Dr. Voodoo. I feel like Simon's becoming known for his X-Men featuring Ghost Spider.
Yes.
Especially. For tactics, he's got Brace for Impact, Children of the Atom, Escort to Safety, Fallback, First Class, Mission Objective, Pyrotechnics, Sacrifice, To Me My X-Men, and Exceptional Healing. You don't see To Me My X-Men that often. That's really, I like that he's got that in there.
Well, especially now with all of the abundance of extracts that are in most Crisis now, being able to get all of the X-Men up there, kind of converge on Storm, to be able to pick a whole bunch of stuff up, especially if you get a bunch of stuff dropped. Is Pyro in this roster?
He is, with Pyrotechnics.
Yeah, so I mean, when you take a look at him dropping stuff, and you got a lot going on.
I like it. Aaron is running dual Brotherhood and Criminal Syndicate.
Portals Overrun with Spider People and the Montesi formula. 18.
All right, so we're playing at 18.
Cool.
With
like
Portals and
Montesi formula and Spider Portals. So what Aaron has here, it was Magneto, Kingpin, Rhino, Black Cat, Bullseye, the Blob, Lizard, Juggernaut, Mystique, and Sabretooth Apex Predator. For his tactics cards, he's got Indomitable, Brace for Impact, Magnetic Refraction, Asteroid M, Exceptional Healing, No Matter the Cost, Mission Objective, This Is A Robbery, Do You Know Who I Am, and Deception. I'm doing 18 threats, so we'll be getting our squads here real soon as they are getting them ready, and they'll show each other.
Both players are very upset that the table is set up symmetrically and fair for everyone.
There's reporting that the players are upset that the table, not really, but Juggernaut are upset that the table is set up very symmetrically and not giving either of them a particular advantage. So they're keeping the sides they're on.
Lots of laughs already. 2 great people.
I like that we're starting the day with lots of laughs. It is competitive. These are serious games, and people are still having a great time.
100%.
Nice.
All right. So do you know how many other Crime Syndicate players we have left, Dan?
I don't, but we can find out pretty quick.
All right.
I don't think it's too many.
I mean, with only 8 people left.
We got another Brotherhood with... I didn't realize there was a roster that's Avengers in Brotherhood. That's interesting. And then we've got...
No one gets along better than
Hydra,
Magneto and Captain America.
Hydra and Avengers. The Wakanda. Nice to see Wakanda going far. Shield with Kharkov. And Guardians Cabal with Jeremy. So no other Criminal Syndicate left.
So after game 1, we are going to be going over the results of the painting competition, which with Tyson, which should be pretty rad. We'll be able to announce those winners and their fantabulous prizes.
Fantabuloso.
We are. But so Dan, tell us about some of the other stuff that's been going around at the convention today.
Oh, it's so busy. There's so much happening. It's hard to you see it all. For MCP, we've got the 3-team event.
Yes.
Team event, but not just like doubles. We got teams of 3. Not sure exactly how that's working, but that sounds really cool.
Oh, Steven, thank you for the Prime sub, man. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. And I believe there's still the other little skirmishes. No, what do they call them? Scrambles?
Yes. Yep, and there's still the Swiss going on too. So a lot of players that did have their first loss yesterday are continuing to play out the rest of the tournament to see how they do. LVO, even if there's no longer a path to the championship, you can still place. There is a second, there's a third, and you are going to get so few opportunities to be able to play against all of the other incredibly high-level people. You got to take that opportunity when you can get it.
Absolutely.
Kohler Gaming, thank you for the sub. We really appreciate that.
Make sure people are aware of this. If you've got Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch, and you get 1 free sub a month. So it doesn't cost you anything extra. And we say thank you so much. All right, looks like we are finalizing placement of objectives, getting squads set.
Brian! And the mats that we've seen all weekend here are on the Frontline Gaming store. You can check out, there's a link for that right down below. If you use that link, not only does it help support us and this channel, but it also shows Frontline that MCP is a game to double down on. So we want to thank Frontline Gaming for having us here and allowing us to do this and to be able to stream this this incredible event. So make sure to send your love to them, and especially a lot of the TOs and people kind of running this thing. And Brian Watson, Omnis especially, has been absolutely knocking out of the park. Lexa White, Rick, and Danny. And Tyson for helping us assemble all of this stuff. And dude's been killing it with terrain and painting. He judged the painting competition yesterday. Like I said, we'll announce those winners after this game. But yeah, just a bunch of work goes into this. And thank you to all of those people that made this happen.
Yeah. Everybody's doing an awesome job here. Things are running nice and smoothly. On time. We actually got to go out to dinner last night.
Right.
Went to a really awesome ramen place. I got quite a bit of deliberation for squads here. I think Aaron, it looks like he's about set. Put a bunch of cards to the side. Simon's finishing up as well.
Now, this is not the penultimate round. There are still 2 rounds left.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the pen semi-final round? Antepenultimate.
Actually.
The antepenultimate round.
I learned that from a podcast. Someone was talking about the word penultimate, and then, well, what's before penultimate? I said anti-penultimate. I don't have any reason to not believe them.
It's a pen round. 100%, Steve.
Pen.
But we've been kind of obviously following a lot of the action here. If you want to take a look at the Longshanks, if you hit !Longshanks in chat, you can kind of check out a lot of the other tables, what people are running, their rosters, their squads, kind of the whole 9. Do we know the crisis yet? Yes, we do, Mr.
Yep.
Matty. We are running Spider Portals and Montesi.
The old Montesi formula. We got some squads coming in. All right. So we got Simon's squad.
I'm going to, don't show it to me. I'm going to see if I can guess.
Okay.
We're going to have Storm.
No, wrong.
Beast.
Yep.
Dr. Voodoo.
Nope.
No Dr. Voodoo.
No Dr. Voodoo. I'm a little surprised.
Ghost Spider.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Domino.
Okay.
Magik.
Ooh.
And Pyro.
Magik, Pyro, Ghost Spider. I always see him run Beast. That's.
Who does have
mixing it
Beast?
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Storm.
You said no, I thought.
Well, no, I said no to Storm as a joke.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, Storm, Beast, Domino, Magik, Pyro, Ghost Spider. Bunch of 3 threats. I like it.
And then what do we have for...
4 tactics cards. We've got Brace for Impact. Always got the blob version. I like that. First Class. Mission Objective. Pyrotechnics. And Sacrifice.
All right, yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Pyrotechnics there.
It's a good card. Hand those back off, and we've got Aaron's list here. Oh, I was like, wait, there's no leader? Yes, there is. It's Mystique.
All right, so we're running Freedom Force.
Yeah, Mystique, Sabretooth Apex Predator, Juggernaut, Rhino, and Bullseye.
Juggernaut and Rhino.
I love it. I love seeing both of them here.
All right, so I had Apex Brother, Mystique, Juggernaut, Rhino, Bullseye. Mystique. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. And then, so got countering all the threes with a couple of heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 4 objectives: Indomitable, Do You Know Who I Am? Brace for Impact, Is A Robbery, and Deception. I like all the character-specific cards. That's fun.
Dude, that's stacked. This is a robbery and deception and Do You Know Who I Am?
Yeah. This looks like a gross list.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I'm also just happy to see Rhino again.
Mm-hmm.
I think we saw a game with him yesterday or the day before, but Danny was commentating that one, so I missed seeing Rhino in action. So I'm really excited to see him here. It looks like he's got the models out. Not deployed yet, but out on the table. Yeah, Simon does have priority, so we'll be seeing him drop first.
The Accords are intact.
Ooh,
All right.
Hands have been shaken. Oh, I'm excited to see Simon's list on here. I was looking at it Thursday? A couple days ago, before the action really kicked off. He was just playing some pickup games. I love that he has his X-Men, and they're all painted in like classic X-Men colors.
Yeah.
Everybody's blue and yellow, even Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah.
I love to see it. His Spider-Gwen is that scheme, but then she's got her pink ballet slippers.
Mm-hmm.
Really like that. And then, of course, Pyro is
Pyro
also blue
looks
and
actually
yellow.
incredible in that blue and yellow. It looks really
well
good.
for him. I'm excited to see what he does with Ghost Spider here. I feel like Simon is one that he always gets a lot more out of her than I know how to do.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Spider-Gwen is one of those that she's like a low tier for me because I don't know how to play the finesse part of her just yet. And it's like, well, she doesn't do what I wanted her to do because I want her to play like Rhino. I wanted her to run in there and take hits and deliver them back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how she works. So I'm going to be paying close attention here to see if I can potentially use her in the future. Learn a little bit. Simon is starting with Beast right up the center.
Bullseye is up there for Aaron. I love too Simon's yellow Beast pants.
Beast can deploy Bullseye.
The old Beast and the Bullseye.
Storm there next to Beast.
And because the games are very serious today, we're going to need to be careful to be a little bit quieter, I think. just to make sure.
Kiss the mic, right?
Yeah, kiss the mic.
So link slot, awesome. You're here learning the game. We'll try to not assume everybody knows exactly what's happening all the time.
Right.
We joke about the rules sometimes too.
That's right. It may seem like we're just wrong, but it's actually a joke.
It's always just a joke. Looks like we got Mystique just above that tree on Brotherhood's side, and Simon is deploying, looks like Domino.
Mm-hmm.
North of Beast.
Also, links up at the top of the screen there, you'll see Simon and Aaron's names. As the game goes on, I will be updating the score, so you'll be able to know who is winning.
And our chat community has been fantastic. If you got any questions, they will answer it probably faster than we will read it.
Correct. Correct. I believe we're also going to be hearing from Parker today. I know there's a fan club for Parker out there, so we will always we're going to make sure that we get to hear from him at some point today as well.
Very cool. Aaron's debating where he's deploying next, looks like.
The A-Force fan club. Morning, you guys tired yet? Listen, the adrenaline's always so high at an event like this that we'll feel it next week for sure.
Yeah.
That plane ride back, I'm sure, will be an unconscious plane ride back.
I hope so. I'm taking a red eye, so
Yeah.
I need to get some sleep overnight. There's Rhino down,
We have
mostly covered by that tree. He's trying to hide behind that little spindly tree.
We
It's
have
kind of working.
a 3-hour car ride after we land to get back home.
All right, because you went down to Jersey.
Yeah, so we're gonna land at like midnight, and then it'll be a long one.
Ugh. Hopefully there's not a blizzard this time.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be super sweet.
Rhino says this is a shrubbery.
Did you say that or did they say that? Okay, we'll give Taylor credit for that. If people couldn't hear, Rhino says this is a shrubbery. I like that a lot, actually.
Oh, we were talking to Gabe from the Montreal Shark Tank yesterday, and he played in the gymnastics event. Got to play Rhino with a power gem, and one thing he always wanted to do is he wanted to make the meme come true to use "This Is A Robbery" against Dormammu.
Yep. He even had it ready on his phone. He showed us, like, I pulled it off. Showed us the meme. Dormammu, this is a robbery.
This is a robbery. Give me your wallet, Dormammu.
And Dormammu's like, okay, he's a big rhino.
And then he gets thrown away.
Thrown. Whoosh. That throws medium, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a long way for Dormammu to go. Hope we threw him into somebody.
All right, we are going to start the clock.
Hitting that
No.
clock.
First class.
First class is activated.
Naturally, bumping. Let's see who we jumping up with first. Looks like Domino. We've seen a lot of beast first turn plays.
Domino storm hops immediately off the base.
Yep.
Storm hop to start. I like that. Moving up to that middle point.
And so I think we just kind of with the placement of the objectives this time, what we've seen from Simon before and what we've seen from others playing Beast is because of that bigger base, using first class and then eyes on the prize, being able to move up, grab something, and move back, depending on where it is in that middle line. But
Domino then moves back because she got that free move with the storm hop. That's a great first play.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbing that.
Grabs the middle objective, move back, she's done.
And that's huge for
Formula,
X-Men.
right?
Getting Montesi, yep. So that spell book is his, and there's only one in the middle there, right? So that was a very, very, very big, important thing to happen. That could only really happen with priority.
And then to be essentially out of harm's way. I don't know if there's any way Aaron could even put an attack on Domino, much less try to dazer this round. That's a big, potentially early lead.
Yeah, it very much is.
And it looks like it just barely works with Beast having that larger base doing that storm hop. Gives just enough distance to get up to that middle point.
That is 100% accurate, and we know that Simon is someone that has practiced heavily the exact placements, the exact movements, the exact positioning to make these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, certainly no slouch at it as well.
Bullseye moves up, grabs the book, and flips that objective.
Bullseye getting work done.
All right, so Bullseye moving up. Not
3 hits on this.
He is going to get the spider portal in addition to that book on his, we're kind of right in his deployment line there.
Second action nudges over.
Second action is just going to be to move a little way, little bit over.
Get a little bit closer to throw stuff at you.
Get a little bit closer now.
Did you see in the painting competition set out yesterday, somebody had a Bullseye, this model, converted green stuff to have a coat and everything, and it was the Colin Farrell Bullseye from the movie?
Oh, that's
It
incredible.
looks so good. I actually like
Norbert.
that version of Bullseye. I know that's not a very commonly appreciated movie, but
Dr. Norbert, good to see you. Absolutely.
what up, Doc?
Moves over, grabs the book, and flips the objective.
Thanks,
All
Dr.
right.
Norbert. Appreciate that.
So Storm is going to go up. She is going to successfully... Oh, thank you for the sub, too. Storm is going to go up, grab that book on the X-Men back line, as well as flip that back spider portal as well. Dr. Norbert, we also really appreciate your streams and what you do for the UK community as well. Love seeing those posts from the Bad Moon Cafe and the incredible kind of event community that you're growing out that way. Growing MCP with kind of a healthy community is so insanely important. Mm-hmm. So all the people, especially the ones here or far, really appreciate that.
All right, so back to Aaron. Just to make sure people are aware here, we see Juggernaut just peeking around behind that bottom right building. You can see his helmet and forearm sticking out from, lower arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have 4 arms. Don't want him to get confused. Learn I've had to change how I say some certain things, otherwise it will set him off on his rote jokes that he just can't help.
And listen, it's a ritual at this point. But Pat Dunford,
thank you so much. And also, hello. Good morning from here. Not sure where you are. Maybe morning there too.
And for those of you just joining us, if you want the link to the Longshanks, you can type in !Longshanks and then it'll bring up that link. You can do the same thing for an invite to the Discord or to Jacob, Xavier Protocol's breakdown of all the data from the weekend. So !Discord, !Longshanks, or !Xavier will get you links to all of that relevant information. And yes, we do have that Shark Tank on stream.
So OP Cubby is set up pretty uniquely. It's kind of a dual single elimination bracket, but also Swiss pairings for other places. So we're in round 4 of 6.
All right, so Mystique is going to just move up to be within range 1 of that objective of the spider portal for Aaron.
Awesome, Pat. Yeah, we'll be there too. So you see Simon has Spider, or Ghost Spider, I'm trying to say Spider Gwen, but she's called Ghost Spider, Magik, and Pyro left. Meanwhile, Aaron's got his heavy hitters still to go. I'm going to wait and see what they can do and see where they can put some damage on, probably later rounds with Apex, Sabretooth, Rhino, and Juggernaut.
Guild, K, thank you for the sub.
Thanks
really
so much.
appreciate that.
She's in a great spot for potential deception.
Yes, so that Mystique placement very specifically could be to pull off a solid deception, pulling somebody going from one of those spider portals into Aaron's back line.
I'm sending Beast over.
Also, we are, looks like, just about to be at a hype train. Alyssa with the hydrate, thank you.
Good call. Oh, I have a caffeine. Close enough to hydrating, right?
Right? I mean, I think it's the opposite.
It's a liquid I'm consuming. It's all I got.
All right, so we're taking a look here.
I like repositioning Beast over to this side to go up against Sabretooth. Beast has a nice 4 physical defense. That's all Sabretooth's got.
Yeah.
Beast is just out of that top.
Oh, but he's not within 1 of it. He couldn't quite get there. That's
a shame. Yeah, that's surprising, actually.
Sabretooth can pretty safely just move up to that and be A-okay this round. That might balance out that early spellbook grab.
Yeah. Well, and that might be to have a target. That might be to kind of coax Aaron into going up to that side, because he does still have a couple characters that could make it. Or I guess that's just Domino, huh? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe that's Domino and a lamppost. That lamppost is not technically on his team.
Wait, what?
Oh, P. Cubby, thank you for the sub.
Hey, hype train!
There we go. Guys, thank you so much. We're trying to be quiet, but we're incredibly hyped now that this train is happening.
Yeah, remembering there's 2 more characters up on that side of the table that Sabretooth is not going to be able to hold that by himself. He's got Pyro and Spider Gwen there. That would be able to get to it no problem, but that leaves Magik all to her lonesome on the bottom against 2 big scary opponents.
So if that was bait, it looks like it was working. Sabretooth is going to try to flip the portal. He does, with 1 successful hit roll.
So making sure he is base to base with Beast.
And then making sure that he is as close as he possibly can be to block some placements here. That was a double move, so now we're looking at...
They're throwing some damage out with Pyro. He's got a nice range for Fire Blast. I forget what the attack exactly is called, but I think it's close to that.
Yeah.
It's Ember. I'll just use different Pokemon attacks to describe Pyros.
Fire Blast, yeah.
Flamethrower! Toast, that was the very first thing that happened in the game. Yeah, Storm Hop, he moved Domino, hopped to Beast, and then grabbed that middle objective, ran back with it. The Fire Nation attacked.
The old, it was the old library pickup, you know. Storm hopping off a Beast, going grabbing a book, and heading back home to read. So no one can interrupt you.
She's going to learn how to do that Mystic Blast.
All right.
So we got Sabretooth just went. We're still going with Pyro.
I love the thought. I think this is a very good matchup. Alyssa, thank you. Wow.
Thanks,
Alyssa, what? I really appreciate that. Gosh.
Setting a new record for the hype train.
Yeah,
Sweet.
really.
That's cool. That's cool. Hype.
Alyssa, you're
Give
the
her a
best.
high five.
And everyone, just make sure to thank Alyssa for being our eyes on the sidelines here, making sure that you get the updates on the players that you're trying to follow. Yesterday, she did an insanely good job making sure everyone was updated on Arts Games and Parker, as well as a handful of others. So if you have fan club, if there's fan clubs out there for any of the other players, make sure to shout out and chat, and she'll let you know what is going on today on their games.
I'll warn you for Monday nights, she has over 36,000 points.
So I think, yes, between Alyssa and Ben, I believe they are over 50,000 channel points that they have to spend. So
Specifically to take away your superpowers. Probably.
correct. Toast.
Whoa,
oh
thanks,
my gosh.
Toast. He's passing on the generosity there.
My goodness, dude, we really appreciate that.
That's awesome. No, I'm paying it forward.
For real.
Into Overrun.
All right, so we have a spider technique here into Apex Sabretooth. Guy, really, that means the world to us. Thank you so much.
No damage.
And no damage going through.
One thing I love about when people give subs, not only is it super generous and we really appreciate it,
Yeah.
I love to see the different names that pop up, like Ronald the Accuser.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think that a lot.
Colin64 as well.
She gets the tilt.
All right, she is going to get that spider portal back. MJ Baird, thank you
Thanks.
so much. We really appreciate that. And that is a second level of hype train. I think that's the first time we've gotten
Yeah,
that.
for real.
That is-
OC Panda. So real quick description there. Storm Hop is part of Storm's leadership ability where you can place one of your allies within one of another ally. They need to start pretty close together already.
Yeah.
But it gives a reposition, some extra movement for free that you can do once a round. So he did it this round, the very first thing. He won't be able to do it until round 2 again, it's really, really good. And then versions of current models. We have different versions of a few things like Iron Man and Spider-Man, Black Widow, Wolverine, Sabretooth. Savage Lane's X-Men would be really cool. Love to see
Yeah.
Kazar and Zabu and
Right?
Shauna, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Shauna the She-Devil. I have to ask OC Panda, are you asking about Savage Lanes because you're playing Marvel Snap?
Yeah, actually. So we have a small snap pack around the network as well. We're super into that game right now. Watching Muted from work, too many mutants.
And also, if you're new to the game, there's nothing to stop you from getting the model and converting it to make it look
Yes.
like they're from the Savage Land. You can, if you have any sculpting ability with green stuff, you can put like a loincloth on or just paint them like they don't have a shirt or whatever and make them, you could base it so they've got grass and all that stuff to look like a Savage Lands team, which would actually be really cool.
Moonsault 37, yes, he did. So as far as tactics cards go, Simon has Sacrifice, Brace, First Class, Mission Objective, and Pyrotechnics. So it's in the roster, not in the squad. And then Aaron has Indomitable, Brace, Do You Know Who I Am? This Is a Robbery, and Deception. So it looked like we were getting some deception measurements there. See exactly how far people were going to be away and where Aaron might have to place Mystique in the future, or maybe to get off a...
Rhino moving up.
Okay, there we go.
Moving. So again, might be just moving again.
checking trajectories here. So I was saying earlier, I absolutely think that this is an incredible matchup for a number of reasons.
Just outside of Edgewood, Domino.
These two people are insanely technical and precise with all of their movements. So they take a decent amount of time to deliberate about what they're going to do, but they are so confident when they do make that move. This is really, really high-level play that you absolutely love to see.
Yeah, I like that, measuring how far you are from your opponent's characters as you move. Something I never think to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go here. It's good.
Right?
And then it's not. And then I get mind gemmed from Thanos out of position and dead.
Yeah. Yep.
Looks like we're going with Pyro. We got Pyro and Magik left on Simon's side, so we're moving with Pyro. Probably throw some fire at Sabretooth, looks like.
Yeah.
You got Fire Blast to save.
Oh, it is called Fire Blast. That was right.
And we got in one.
Wow.
Oh, there's the wild that he wanted. And there's
Decent start. 3 hits.
blocking 1. So 2 are going to go through.
And incinerated.
Yes, sir.
With 3 characters on him, that Sabretooth's in a little bit of trouble.
So what does that do?
Slow root, slow root and then incinerate as well.
Wow.
Oh, he's slowing and rooting him too. Oh, because he got just enough power from the builder.
Yep.
To then throw a wall of fire around him. So he's slowed and rooted. So he can only move with a short movement tool, and any superpowers he has to pay 1 before using them.
100%.
Brutal.
So those of you that have subbed as well or have gotten gift subs, make sure your Discord is linked to your Twitch, as you will get automatically added to the full version of the Professional Casual Network Discord. You can also join the entry level Discord for free by typing an ! Discord.
Free.
Juggernaut's moving up, he's going to interact.
All right.
That moves, interacts with that thing. He gets it. Spider Portal, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, OC Panda.
OC Panda, thank you. So,
Wow.
Pepito, Visibly Riley, Ramsey Rhinehouse, Haunted Bagel Hobbies, and Frog de Bestis. All getting some gift subs. Guys, really appreciate it. Those subs go a really long way. They allow us to actually be able to be here at these events and providing this coverage. Thank you so much.
For real, thank you. Thank you.
That's a level 4 too. That's our first level 4 hype train completed. Wow. Incredible, guys. I can't tell you how much that means to us.
All right, we're looking at 4-3 Simon.
All right.
So 4-3 X-Men after round 1. Simile Flower, welcome. Simon is running Storm, Beast, Domino, Pyro, Magik, and Ghost Spider.
Okay. Now, what do you say for round 2? We get another Montreal Shark Tank member to do round 2 before he has to go to the team event.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'll go grab Gabe, and he can have a seat for a minute and talk about things from the Montreal perspective.
So those of you in the Montreal Shark Tank, get ready. One of your locals is about to be able to guest commentate on Simon's game.
I forgot that was still plugged in.
We are absolute hazards here. All right. So now going into round 2, Simon in a slight lead. It was so funny. Gabe was right next to us. Dan's now chasing him down to be on. He just walked away. All right. So with Juggernaut going last, Rhino and Juggernaut. There we go. So just make sure to. What's that? From Aaron. All right. So Aaron's going to start that with a pass. So welcome, Gabe.
Hey.
And make sure to get right up there. We got to be a little quiet, so talk right into that mic. But so tell me, what is it like watching Simon up here, and how has your experience been at LVO so far?
Oh, it's been amazing, man. I got to play the LCQ, did really well, was happy to qualify.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a bummer on round 1.
Yeah.
Like, we knew it from the day before, and so we were in the Ulta room being like, that kind of sucks, being one into the other. But
It really does.
at the same time, like, I feel like it's the best that could happen. We did a great game. I went toe-to-toe with him, but he got to do his big tournament.
Yeah.
Go through it. I already had mine, and honestly, team event later on gonna be great.
Yeah. Yep. Now, so were you able to lock down a team? Is Rob here? Is it?
He just texted me. He's super hungover, but he's coming down. So
Okay, good.
if he's too blue, I might say I'm like, no, you're not my teammate.
All right. So it looks like somewhere else in the hall looks like some prizes and stuff being given out. But to answer your question, Millie, Simon has Storm, Domino, Magik, Pyro, Ghost Spider, and Beast.
Yep.
And Simon's.
It's a good scenario for Simon, but
Especially one to get priority on as well. Mm-hmm. To shrink that down so we can see Simon's score.
it's a bit scary though. Like he has a lot of squishy models.
Yeah. Yep. Especially against a Rhino and a Juggernaut.
And Apex.
Well, and it did look like he got an early firewall off on Apex. So Apex Sabretooth is now incinerated, rooted, and slowed.
Should be.
All right, so this is starting off with a Fire Blast of the Sabretooth. Not looking like it's super hot right there, but with him incinerated and not rolling anything, that's going to be 3 more through on Sabretooth. That, I mean,
We're gonna play that same song.
yeah, finish him off. Oof. That's hurt. Okay. The extracts are Montesi, and we're playing that with Spider Portals as well at 18 threat. Man, what a great start, and then to not have any damage go through, that stinks. That's a very powered up Sabretooth right now.
Yeah, it's kind of the worst case scenario at that point.
It really is.
Don't give a lot for Gwen to stay alive at that point.
Correct. All right, so let's see how that, I mean, he's got to be going. I'd be shocked if Aaron doesn't use Sabretooth here. Who's at 6 out of 7. Oh, and that hype train continues, guys. Thank you so much. We've now received the level 4 hype train emote. Thank you so much, everyone. We really rely on that. Cannot thank you enough. It means the absolute world to us.
Amazing.
Oh, he does have 2.
He's 7. Let's say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
so he's on 5 damage right now.
Yeah. So, and you know what? Aaron did not bring exceptional healing either. So
Oh. What's his stack of cards?
So he has Indomitable, Brace, Do You Know Who I Am? This Is a Robbery, and Deception.
Well, I feel like this is already a lot of good tactic cards. I can understand why the exceptional healing didn't make the cut.
Correct. It's very, very bully cards too.
Yup.
Well, and we talked earlier, Gabe, about your story yesterday about being able to This Is a Robbery onto Dormammu.
Yeah, it was on the gem event. Dormammu was able to throw Rhino was able to throw Dormammu into a Pyro, which dazed him. It was quite fun.
Gwen's getting a claw slash.
All right, so Gwen's getting a claw slash here. Uh-oh, so we're showing 4 so far with a crit. Gwen is blocking nothing, and that is going to be 4 going through on Gwen. That clapback is real, and that's only the start of Sabretooth's turn.
Well, he's faced with like a lot of choices, though. Does he pounce on her? Does he try to slash Beast?
Jeez. Once again, guys, if you are looking to see some of the other tables here and some of the events from the past day, day 1, the LCQ, those videos are up on the YouTube, kind of in a big raw format. Those will be processed down eventually into individual matches. But if you want to check out the LCQ, you can do that on the YouTube. The link is right down below.
I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. It's good travel material, right?
Yeah, for sure.
the plane.
Like, I know what I'm doing in the plane.
But she is bleeding.
Okay, and she is bleeding as well. That goes Spider. And she took 4. She's only got 5 on her healthy side, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like Ghost Spider having to shake a bleed is really not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, he's not Hulk for blood, so I feel like it's okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree.
Actually, the worst he could do would be to see red and try to murder.
Yeah. Well, and you never know what happens. Sometimes you only need to do one more, and Pyro whiffs on the second attack. Sabretooth certainly could as well.
Yep, for sure.
But he does have a lot of options between throws and pounces, and he's got a lot.
Yeah, he also has a character throw, so he could throw one into Beast and just be done with it.
Yep. There you go. It's like you called it. You pulled it right out of the air. And she will...
Beast take no damage?
Huh, yeah. All right, Beast is going to block it all, but that will... And Gwen dazes. That's rough. He's still got an attack and the pounce left. Apex Sabretooth is just a monster. An absolute monster.
Yep.
Considering he passed, if he dazes her, he will give priority. That is true. All right, a claw slash into Beast this time. We're showing 3 so far. 2 blocks. Which looks like maybe just 2 going through here.
Beast still has rerolls.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Not sure you want to use them at that point, but...
Right. He is going to...
So he takes 2. I feel like that will leave Sabretooth on.
So he's then going to collide with Beast himself.
I feel like that...
It's all going to go through. He's going to pay for some rerolls. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's insane.
All right, so he was going to be taking 4 there to daze. He spent some power to re-roll those and converted every single one of those to stay alive.
That's huge.
Apex Sabretooth then trying to flip that spider portal, and he does successfully.
Okay.
Wow. And then Healing Factor is going to get him back down to 4, which is going to leave Sabretooth with 3 left.
I feel like I'm not 100% sure on that line of play because that leaves Sabretooth with no power for next turn.
Right.
And he's still rooted. So I feel like if Beast is able to displace him, take back the point, that might be rough for Sabretooth next turn.
All right, so we have Beast into Sabretooth showing 2 so far with a crit. So we have 3 into no successful blocks. That would do it. That would daze him.
Yep.
And it will. Okay. So maybe he was expecting that Sabretooth was probably going to be going down this round. So he was going to be getting at least some power back to go into round 3.
Okay. Hello.
Okay.
So he's going to be displaced, but at least he gets the point.
Yep.
Still has 1 action left, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Beast also a character with a lot of movement, throws, places.
He's a staple.
Yeah. All right, so Aaron is going to be placing Beast. Looks like pretty much just off the point. We'll see exactly where that goes. We're having some discussion about it. All right, so Jeremy and Vincent, who we both saw, that was probably going to be a great matchup over there as well. Guardians at 4 to Shield 3. All right. So the place happens, and we will go and see what Beast is going to do with this other action.
Move out of the range 2.
Okay, that's going to bring it back to Aaron, who once again still has a lot of hurt on the board. Even with Sabretooth down, we still have Juggernaut, we still have Rhino, Bullseye, and Mystique. We still have Deception on the table as well. That hasn't been used.
Hence probably the placement of Beast.
So the question there was, they were making sure it was a place.
Yeah.
Ran into terrain and stuff.
Would have made a massive difference there with that big based on Beast too. I love, so there's a lot of different like matchups, right? When you see people playing, some people are very loud and they talk a lot. Simon and Aaron are both very reserved.
But I feel like when you're in the top 8 also,
Yeah.
you just like tend to like try to control your inner stress and like
Correct.
I would be shaking at their place, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very happy to be on this side of the screen.
I mean, it's the biggest event at that point.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, he's really got I think, correct.
I mean, he could always like go with like a Bullseye, just play around and stay where he is.
Yep.
I feel like that would be pretty much a pass, but
And we saw that a lot yesterday versus one of the Crime Syndicate. Dustin, I believe, had effectively a lizard and a kingpin just, doing whatever, hanging out, moving, nudging back and forth to effectively pass.
I mean, if you're already in a good position, no need to.
Right. Well, then, assuming that Simon will be getting priority next round, I mean, it doesn't matter how many people he dazes here effectively. So he could kind of go in with Rhino and just try to bust a bunch of heads, but... Okay, so we're going to get Mystique.
But I feel like the pressure is on Aaron right now, because
It is. And Simon having very good placement there, too, making sure his characters are within range 2 of each other to not be able to get Deception out of position.
Yep, indeed. Oh, you got the trap.
So that we'll have that trap back with Brotherhood.
Yeah.
All right, so now Simon's up. Looks like we're looking at Domino. Just a fight for that top spider portal.
No incentive to go toe-to-toe with Juggernaut at that point.
Correct, yeah.
On top of a size 4. Do you know who I am? I mean...
He's just like sitting there just waiting for it. His knuckles are already in the top of that building waiting to throw it.
For sure.
Domino shooting.
All right. All right, so Domino into Mystique showing 3, no blocks.
Oof.
Doing it
fire?
again.
Oh.
Rapid fire. 3 more. Domino rolling hot and 0 again. That's going to be a dazed Domino. Or a
huge.
dazed Mystique, sorry. Wow. Okay.
That is huge for
Yeah.
the next round. Simon will pose a lot of like hard question to Aaron next round, where who do I want to save? Who do I need to activate first?
Yeah.
It's going to be rough.
All right, so that top spider portal is in fact still with Aaron. I believe that's it for Domino, right? That was a move and then some pistol shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did. So Taylor's just letting us know that the game is really kind of like just fight for the top.
It is.
King of the castle here with that spider portal. And especially since no one's failing that roll to get it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we haven't had a storm hop this round yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Might be setting up a potential play to go get the back point of Aaron with his storm hop. I'm not sure if it can be done.
Yeah. I'm giving myself 3 months to enjoy Brotherhood since Pyro came out before I'm back to my journey to make Defenders work. I appreciate the work you put in, Toast.
Pyro and Defenders, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, one more condition in his line of conditions he can apply couldn't be
real.
bad.
Yeah, Pyro applying Incinerate and Hex when he's throwing Mystic Fire with that Defenders affiliation.
Yep. And he does have a being true.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so it looks like we're going to kind of get a Bullseye pass here.
Yep.
And we do. All right, back to Simon. Simon has Storm. And
He has Storm, Magik.
Magik left. Because Pyro is activated, as is Domino and Beast, and Ghost Spider was dazed.
I'm wondering who has the extract on Aaron's side. Is it Bullseye?
It is Bullseye, yep.
Okay, that's why.
Cake Golem. First off, incredible name. Thank you for the sub. All right, so Magik is going to Storm Hop.
Moves up.
And looks like... Is that a double move?
It seems like so.
Gets me the skull.
And he does get it, but with that skull, I don't necessarily think he hates that, depending on where Aaron moves him.
He might
Wow,
be
that-
setting up a good Apex Predator turn next turn.
Yeah. Well, I'd be more worried if Mystique wasn't dazed. To be able to Deception Storm into his back line or something along those lines, or closer to Rhino.
I'm still scared for Mystique, for Storm right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, she's definitely not out of danger.
no.
Kate Golem, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, so we are getting Rhino.
Is he winning too? He is not. That's big for Storm.
Yes, it is. We're maintaining that cover, especially with a roll like that.
Going Storm. Lots of recovery.
Thank gosh for cover. He will still get the place, right? But how does he want to do that? Art is a legend.
Hard to say. How do you place Rhino in that point?
I mean, it's just, well, I guess Magik is right there too, or Magik is the only one that's still there. I think you just got to hope for the best, right? And get there, try to flip that point, and force Magik to do something about it. He does still have Juggernaut.
Rhino should have enough power already to do This Is A Robbery, but can't pick it up,
Yeah.
which is rough.
Who has the Montesi book for Simon? So it is Domino and Magik.
Oh, it's Magik.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Storm. Oh, that makes sense though. So he's gone with those two.
You know what? Maybe it is Storm. But Taylor, is it Storm or Magik that has the book?
I think it's Storm.
Okay, it is
It's Storm.
Storm. My
Okay.
bad, not
So-
Magik.
Yeah, so that's kind of trickier for Simon if the.
All right, so he's going to go for that place. Kind of on the long side of it. He's looking at tactics cards. Does look like this is a robbery happening.
This is a robbery.
Okay.
So he will get that book dropped. He's going to place it a little bit
Off.
behind him.
Yeah, because he can't interact at all this turn.
Yeah,
But that leaves Storm with a turn to pick it up.
it does.
Unless Rhino gets some damage done.
All right, and then there's the throw. Moving Storm off that point.
Does not pick up the objective. Displaces.
I mean, no one ever accused the Rhino of having manners, you know?
Nope.
All right, so Simon with one activation left, just Magik, I believe.
Oh.
Or was it Magik that went up and over to the top point? Yeah, so it's just Storm left, sorry. All right, so that means this is a robbery.
This is not bad for the This Is A Robbery because like now he needs to leave to go back to that point. He can't just leave.
Right.
Because he's too far from this objective to get it on one move, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that means Storm now has to face a Juggernaut.
Correct.
No choice.
Correct. Well, then that leaves, I mean, for the most part, he can kind of leave that bottom spider portal alone. It's going to be kind of a commitment from Simon to get down there. Granted, he has some incredible mobility with Magik and Beast, and I mean, actually, a lot of the team.
So he comes back into action and picks it up, and now he's in a tough spot.
Yep. All right, so Juggernaut's on the way. And that will be... Nothing stops.
Mm-hmm.
The Juggernaut is going to get him in range here for a pretty walloping punch. Within range 2.
Is he out of the objective? Okay.
All right, here we go. This could be devastating here. Maybe not.
Oh,
That's 3. Wow.
Oh, God. Oh, that does a lot for Simon.
Yes, it does.
Oh.
So he is blocking 2. Just 2 going through.
Oh, that's huge.
Incredible. All right.
That's rough with the Juggernaut sometimes. You roll a big bucket of dice, but you don't roll it often.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't.
And it's so weird, too, when we see those. It's always blanks filling in those gaps. Granted, there's 2 of them on the die, but it's never like a ton of skulls or shields. It's always a bunch of blanks.
Nope.
Non-committal. Dice gonna dice. That's true.
Yep.
And you know what? The dice need a champion as well. Someone to speak up on their behalf because it's not always their fault. Sometimes it is, but...
I feel like games are rarely won by dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way less often than we say that they are.
Correct, yeah. All right, so Juggernaut still has a decent amount of power. He might be asking Storm a question here with a garbage truck about whether she knows who he is or not, but
with Brace, I feel like it might be a trap.
Yeah.
As like I feel like at that point you just push Juggernaut. If he has 4, you push Juggernaut into Storm and flip that trap.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like. Well, not sure. I mean,
all right, so
it's not
looks like
an easy matchup, huh?
looks like he is flipping, so that will be a Do You Know Who I Am followed by a brace.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay. So that is brace and Do You Know Who I Am off the line.
So that means the point stays to Simon.
Correct.
That's huge for him.
And then around 8 to 6.
8 to 6. Creeping ahead. He's playing the exact game. I mean, both players are kind of playing the exact game they need to. I don't think there's been any misplays at all so far.
No, I feel like this matchup, basically the pressure is really on Aaaron to have the dice to mess up the plan of Simon. And because Simon right now, he's lucky to have his plan go his way.
Yeah. Yep.
Just dig the differential at that point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so Simon will have priority here.
Does he try to save Storm? Does he try to finish off Mystique? Does he try to maybe displace Sabretooth?
Yeah, I mean, and Sabretooth is 7 on both sides for the Apex, right?
I am
Or does
not
he-
sure.
Does he drop to 6? Let me see.
That might also be an idea. Domino could. Oh, Magik is staying 6 on that time. But with no exceptional healing, that could be a Domino tries to finish him off.
Yeah, he does go down to 6, yeah.
I feel like that's the swing back. If he doesn't get it, is maybe really rough.
Devastating, yep. Yeah, and that's the thing, because obviously he saw it when he wasn't able to do that last point to Sabretooth before with Pyro. That, yeah, you got to commit and succeed.
Simon just realized he has priority. And his whole tactic is changing.
Oh, Simon just realized he has priority and his tactic is changing.
Yeah.
That's huge. Do you know how many power Sabretooth is sitting on?
Should be 4,
4?
because he would have been empty.
6.
Oh, maybe
6.
even more. Okay.
Okay, so he's
That I see it's close to.
already a menace.
Yeah.
So there's no point in holding back in that case.
Correct.
Everything is online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he took 3 when he dazed, and then the power phase. So yeah, he had 4 on top of whatever else he was sitting at.
And with that flip getting rid of roots, and consider
Yeah, so he has no
Oh,
condition
yeah.
left on him, so could also be a pyro turn, just try to put back everything back on him.
Correct. Well, there are. Who else does Aaron have up there in addition to Mystique is up there as well?
grenade into Sabretooth.
All right,
Oh,
grenade
grenade.
into Sabretooth. So Domino's going to try to do it,
Oh, blocks it all.
but the Incinerate's on there at least now.
Nothing but Incinerator.
That's already it.
Pistols.
And now into a pistol shots.
Into Mystique.
Into Mystique.
Okay.
Ooh,
I
that's
mean,
a huge
that's
roll.
a huge roll. All right, so he's going to spend 1 to explode that. Doesn't convert any, but he does have 4 against.
2.
Okay.
And no hits, and that's huge.
Gotcha. Okay.
No hits.
Man, missing that hit. It's rough. Swifty Plumbus. Great name. Great name, Swifty Plumbus. Thank you for the prime sub. We really appreciate it. Also, SWCB, really appreciate that follow as well.
This is pod racing.
Now this is pod racing. If you're just joining us, this is the 4th game of the LVO 2023 Invitational. We have Simon from the Montreal Shark Tank playing X-Men going up against Aaron playing some Brotherhood. We are down to 8 players. There's 2 more rounds today to find out who the champion is.
It's gonna be
Should be
the
another
pressure.
incredible day.
The pressure is at its
Yeah.
peak right
And
now.
you can tell too when a convention center gets somewhat quiet that like things are getting real.
Oh, yeah.
Real.
You see your friends in another light. You know,
Yeah.
this morning my friend was not the same as yesterday.
But if you're taking a look at these mats and stuff that you've seen here and you've seen on stream, you can get those from Frontline Gaming. There's a link right down below to that. Using that link, by the way, both supports our network and shows Frontline Gaming. That MCP is a game to double down on. The amount of players and tables this year doubled from last year for Marvel Crisis Protocol, so we want to see that continue to grow.
And honestly, those mats are incredible.
Yeah,
The fabric, the look, the printing, everything is incredible. I'm actually looking for my local store to get some mats.
Yeah.
So I think my choice is made now. I just need to convince the owner at that point.
Rogue Agents podcast. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So yeah, down below, either in the About Us section, if you have theater mode turned off, there's a link to the sleeves. We do some sleeves and tokens with our friends over at the 5th Trooper. You can also go to the Facebook and check them all out there. Anything that is there is in fact for sale. If it says pre-order, ignore that. They are in fact shipping. There's actually a few players with them here today. Oh, Dizzard, how are you? Dizzard is really like Dizzard, mostly because he's another X-Force, another Cable compatriot out there repping X-Force with me, which I really, really appreciate.
Oh man, I can't wait for Psylocke.
Yeah, for real.
Hoping for a nice X-Force related tactic card, like crossing fingers. I mean, they need at least one, you know?
Yeah. Oh, she's got to be on X-Force. I'm so stoked for that. I'm really hoping for a card reveal maybe next week or this upcoming week would be really cool for her or Emma.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I just started the Uncanny X-Force back in the plane coming in. I was like, those, so good.
For real, that's where I fell in love with Phantom X. Archangel was super good. Wolverine, like that whole story was awesome. I adored it.
Me too. I mean, like I live for the grit, like gritty storylines, like over the top.
And the art style too was very somber. Like But is that Rick Remender?
I have to be honest with you, I'm not really familiar with the person that does the comic books in general.
But yeah, just it was Uncanny X-Force was that line. If you have Marvel
X-Force.
Digital Comics Unlimited or something along those lines, it's an awesome series to pick up.
X-Force 3 was amazing too.
Yes.
That comes up to the Uncanny X-Force was a real amazing run.
Into Gwen, sacrifice into Beast.
All right, cost slash into Gwen, sacrifice into Beast.
Beast is rolling none.
Next 3 days.
Yep, so that's going to be it for Beast. He's going to daze. But that's what the sacrifice is for. If you want to check out the lists for this, I can read them through. You can also hit exclamation point and Longshanks, and you can look at each of these players. It is Simon of the Montreal Shark Tank and Aaron. But yeah, so Simon is running Storm, Domino, Magik, Pyro, Ghost Spider, and Beast. He has Sacrifice, Brace, First Class, Mission Objective, and Pyrotechnics. Brace and First Class have been used. Aaron has Apex, Sabretooth, Mystique, Juggernaut, Rhino, Bullseye. With Indomitable, Brace, Do You Know Who I Am? This Is a Robbery, and Deception. Do You Know Who I Am? And This Is a Robbery have both been used.
Sabretooth, Spender.
All right, Sabretooth going for the kill move here.
Oh, 3 crits. That's huge.
3 crits and a hit. Doesn't convert any of them, though. That's showing 4, blocking 2. Only 2 go through.
Sabretooth still has a pounce, which is like 4 incoming damage.
Yep. And a throw.
And a throw also, yeah. Does he have the power, though?
Well, he had 6-ish, we think, and then he gained 3 from taking down Beast. He did use his Spender, which is 4?
I am unsure. It's been a while. I haven't seen this card. I'm planning on playing it more, but
oh, his Spender only costs 2.
so he's sitting on 7 still. So he can do mostly whatever he wants. That model field is insane.
Yeah. Also, some other commands in the chat. Exclamation point Xavier will get you a link to the Xavier Protocols article about all the data from this event, how many people were running what characters and what tactics cards were way up there. So Domino is going to be being thrown into Gwen here.
Ooh.
Gwen is looking good. Only going to be taking 1 from that.
Oh, she's still living on 2.
Yep.
Throw himself.
Now he's throwing himself.
And there's the pounce. Hoping for a similar roll here. Doesn't look like it. No.
He's going down.
That's a KO'd Gwen.
But I mean, at least it took all of his activation to do it, and all of his superpowers. So I feel like at least that.
Yeah.
Not looking good, but still.
All right, so that's going to bring us back to Simon.
Is he going for Mystique at that point? I feel like Storm is in a weird position up there on her own.
Yeah, I mean, really tough call here.
I think it's going to be mutants.
So who's winning, mutants or mutants? Yeah, that's I don't know. That's a long shot. I think mutants could really still pull this out.
Sure, for sure. And nothing solved.
Had my bid in mutants winning LVO. I mean, listen, not a bad bet. I mean, granted, there's one X-Men player left. I believe there's 2 or 3 Brotherhood players left.
I feel like X-Men are harder to pick up as like the positionings are tricky. So I think a lot of people came in with X-Men hoping for a lot of results, and maybe were not able to adapt enough to the other players.
Yes.
Magic steps and then builder into Mystique.
Magik is doing a builder into Mystique.
So she must have stepped to get out of martial artist range, I would guess, which means 2 will be going through here. And Mystique is KO'd.
Mystique is done. Okay.
All right.
Since Magik is attacking in Mystic attacks, there will be no martial artists.
Wow.
Builder to Sabretooth.
This is 3 going into Sabretooth so far. Or 4 with the... 3.
3 into Sabretooth.
Couldn't remember if the skulls counted for her, but that's only on the spender.
Well, I can't remember.
Someone who doesn't know what's going on, who's really winning. It seems like Simon is, but it's really kind of anyone's game. On points right now, Simon is up by 2. No damage on that first gore. Second one, wow, just some whiffs.
So basically nothing into Storm. And he doesn't have the power to throw anything now.
Right.
That's huge for Simon at that point.
That's rough. All right, they're getting a little heated over there now.
All right, Aaron's going to gore Simon.
All right. This is coming down to dice currently. It's still anyone's game. You are 100% right.
I feel like it's good for Simon if Juggernaut comes back to Storm on that side and just stay out of like the rest of the team.
Gets it with some skulls. All right. I think so. Storm's going to be headed right back into Juggernaut's path there.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
So he can flip it back. All right.
Yeah, to have this place for his big base, right?
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yep. She has a book as well, so this could be, depending on how this goes. So it looks like he's going to smash into...
Ooh, smash. Okay. So it was a size 3 then?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what this Juggernaut fist is going to do to Storm. She survived pretty handily last time. Uh-oh.
It is a 9 dice attack.
Yeah, so that's 2, 4, 6 going into Storm, who's blocking 3. But she only had a couple left.
Nope, so she takes 2. She
And then
freezes.
gives him enough power to pick up the book. And Juggernaut with a book is just disgusting in its own right. But he'll also be able to potentially flip that spider portal back as well. He must not have had enough power, or maybe he forgot to flip
With Rhino?
with Rhino or with Juggernaut before he left.
Plus 3 fire blasts and Sabretooth.
Okay, so this is a Fire Blessing and a Sabretooth.
Pyro is trying to end it.
And Sabretooth is gone.
Sabretooth.
He's gone?
Yep.
KO'd.
Whoa,
What a deadly game.
this is insane.
Yeah.
Now Pyro going to Pyrotechnics on Rhino to leave him do nothing.
Must be. Yeah. Looks like he's headed that way. He's measuring for it. What a huge swing that was.
Insane. I feel like even if Simon lost a bit of ground over here, like with Storm dazing and all,
Yeah.
I feel like he won so much.
And then, yep, he's going to firewall.
Storm pop on Beast.
So you firewalled onto Rhino? Okay. And then he's going to Storm Hop off a Beast. Wow, so that's Mystique dazed, Sabretooth dazed, Ghost Spider dazed, or I'm sorry, these are all KOs. Mystique, Sabretooth, Ghost Spider.
No, Jugs didn't take the secure.
Oh.
He wanted to keep some powers, I'm guessing.
Must be 11 to 10 Simon. Oh, caught way up there. Bridge that gap a little bit for Aaron. So it's very much still anyone's game, but with 2 models down, it's going to be difficult for Aaron.
Aaron is 7 points down, with Simon being 3 points down. Mm-hmm. Makes a huge difference.
If you needed to get to the team event as well, Dan can pop back out whenever you need to pop out.
Yeah, I will need to pop out. Yeah. I kind of want to play that team event. It looks a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Robert is in. He doesn't look too bad, I feel.
He's a champ, honestly.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I heard so many people say, like, yeah, I was with Robert yesterday, but like I had to go back home and he stayed. And then the other one says, like, well, I stayed too, but then I went back home and he stayed. I was like, okay.
Taylor, how much power does Magik have? 6. 6 power on Magik.
That's huge for next turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
It means you can threaten any points at that point.
All right, Storm is going to try to flip. Here in round 4. It doesn't work. And a skull for the place. Poor Storm. Final for Art. Ooh, 6 to 18 with Chewy. Knuckle X Gold, my buddy and I are excited to play in the 2v2 tournament at Adepticon. Never played competitively. I will tell you, Knuckle, the team tournament is a lot of fun. That's a great way to play.
Bullseye's dazed.
All right, so that is going to daze Bullseye.
That's huge.
Yep.
Now, tough choices for Juggernaut at that point.
And Knuckle, make sure to stop by and say hi, as we will be streaming that event at Adepticon. Or all the events, really, at Adepticon.
Is it me, or I feel like Storm maybe should have tried to daze Bullseye before trying to flip the trap?
Yeah.
Or maybe he had another plan, and then when he saw it failed, he just continued with his...
Well, with how those trap rolls have been going, that's the first one I think that's been missed.
But he needed 3 successes also on 4 dice, which is kind of a lot.
Yep.
I mean, it's not at all impossible, but...
For real.
Thank you very much for the invite.
Thank you for coming. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, you too. And we'll meet each other shortly and get a beer.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to them. They're amazing. Such great people.
I really appreciate that, Dan. All right. Well, best of luck on the team tournament, man. And as always, really like seeing you guys.
Thank you very much.
Storm moves. Still within 4 of Juggernaut.
All right. Storm moves. She's still within range 4 of Juggernaut. Trying to get away a little bit here. Welcome back, Mr. Dan.
Hello.
And then we're going to get a pass from Aaron, I think I heard.
All right, what I missed? Tell me everything. There's a lot less terrain on the table.
There's a lot less characters, too. Pyro took a couple shots at Sabretooth, got him down to 1, couldn't finish him off. Sabretooth said, all right, I'm going to murder your entire family now. And
he does that.
And proceeded to do so. Ghost Spider is KO'd, as well as Mystique.
Hi, Rogue Agents Podcast.
And Sabretooth is also down. We have
Still really close, too. Nice.
Yes. Well, and Aaron has really bridged that gap, too. So he's behind by 3. Now he's only behind by 1. Domino is going to go for that back spider portal. She will get it, but with a skull, so she'll get placed.
All right. So, oh, wow. Did she get thrown?
No. So what happened is she tried to flip that portal that Juggernaut is on back, failed it, got placed, and then decided, you know what, I'm just going to move away further from Juggernaut.
Not a bad idea.
Remain within 4, and then I think got a simple shot off.
Yeah, this is quite spread out. We got people in almost all 4 corners of the table now.
Yeah, that top spider portal has been a huge point of contention. And then Aaron is going to pass again.
Interesting.
I mean, with some pay-to flips here, right? With the spider portals, you kind of want to be going last here so you can kind of clean up whatever's left without having whatever you're doing immediately undone by someone else. We are kind of doing test matches against our buddy, so it's a 2v1 thing using the event doc from last year. Nice. Yeah, so
that's a novel idea.
he's practicing for the team event at Adepticon.
Nice. That was a really fun one last year.
All right, so Simon using that laser focus to see if a storm hop can get him to where he needs to go.
Storm hop. Makes me think of Yoshi.
Spring hop.
Just imagine Beast saying that as he goes.
You do have to punch whoever you storm hop off of in the back of the head to
Make him stick his tongue out?
Yeah.
Poor Yoshi.
But you can tell it's getting a little bit louder in here. Some games have finished up. I know Alyssa has been doing a heck of a job giving updates on those other tables. Don't know how many of those games have finished yet, or if any of them have finished yet, but I see Rob and Gabe, I think, looking for their third.
He's just double moves over.
All right.
Oh,
Beast is just going to double move.
Looked away, and then he's on the inside of the table. Move.
That's what he do. That's
He
how
can
he
cover
do.
some distance with that medium move and medium base.
Anyone know? Yes, Alyssa could be right, probably over there. I do see Wreath and BDMA are still well into it. Looks like 4-14. So Wreath certainly seems like he has quite the lead there.
Wow, yeah. All right, getting the bracket back up. According to Longshanks, so far Andrew beaten Nathan. So he's got that Avengers and Brotherhood roster, was victorious over another Brotherhood roster.
Brotherhood Guardians? Is that what that was?
No, just Brotherhood.
Just Brotherhood.
But Andrew was using a Avengers/Brotherhood roster there that was victorious. So he'll be going on against whoever wins this game.
What's been the highlight of LVO for us? Also, where's Ben? Ben has been around. Ben actually did pretty well in the Invitational. He won his first 2 games there, including beating a very, very tough opponent, the youngest. And this is probably the highlight for me. Yesterday, the first game on stream that is currently exporting over to the YouTube now. Youngest member, Dayton, playing Shield. What an incredible first game that was. He was accompanied by his folks that were watching him the whole time. An incredibly talented Shield player, and certainly someone to keep your eyes on, because very excited to see how his play and kind of tournament future looks.
Yeah, I understand he's still playing in this tournament, so he could still place pretty high.
And gets displaced.
Oh, no.
Wow. So Rhino failing to flip that left side objective and getting displaced at it as well. He's going to move back onto the point. Looks like he's going to move.
Looks like move there to get back in position. Taking up a whole round there, not even getting the point is a bit rough.
Yeah. So we've seen, so for the first, like, I think 7 spider portals, they were all successes.
Now
these last two are have been devastating failures.
Nothing stops Juggernaut.
Pushing himself over there.
But yeah, when that game goes up, I would highly suggest checking out game 1 from the Invitational.
It's Domino.
Oh, I didn't even realize Domino was behind that tree.
Which was against
Punch.
Which was against Mike from Strike Better as well.
Now we're gonna punch it.
Oof. Just one.
One going through. See that Juggernaut is just Juggernauts in general at LVO have not been doing what we usually see Juggernauts do.
Yeah.
Just whiff.
Another big highlight we saw, I think it was in the LCQ, was a Hulk on Hulk off that was just brutal.
It was
They
awesome.
were beating the hell out of each other, throwing each other into things. That Hulk was also a sleeper agent for Hydra.
So good.
Fails to claim that objective and gets displaced.
Wow. Fails to claim objective and gets displaced. That is some rough luck for Aaron there.
Aaron really was this was anyone's game, but with those 2 displaces on those spider portals, that's going to make it really, really difficult. With 2 characters down as well, all he's got is Bullseye.
Oof. Magik's doing the storm hop there. But go back to that question. Highlight here, at least while watching the games, either be that Hulk off or that activation Magneto had yesterday against Malekith, where he just popped off throwing stuff, and reverse clarity all over the place was amazing.
Does Aaron have 2 books? Juggernaut has a book and Bullseye has a book. So yes, Aaron does have 2 books.
Magik running down to pick up that other book, looks like.
And by that, I mean Bullseye didn't have it, Magik now does.
That
And
was
is
Bullseye's
game.
book, that's it.
16.
Simon's got it.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
4.
So that is going to have Simon.
16-12.
16-12 is the final score for Simon's X-Men. So Simon will be going on to play Andrew Olschwager
Yep.
with his Avengers and Brotherhood list
Okay.
in the semifinals.
So the Shark Tank is moving on. I mean, what an incredible game that was. Both players played really good. And yeah, unfortunately, at the end of the day, those last couple flips just really kind of sealed the deal for Aaron.
Yeah, because that would have been a 4-point swing there.
Yeah.
And 14-13 would have been super close.
Correct.
Something like that, but wouldn't have been over just yet.
So, I mean, and that's just the thing you see here, right? At LVO in these final cuts, like just some incredible play where it really just comes down to roll the skull.
Yep. Yeah.
Roll the skull.
Nothing you do about that.
But a couple surprises from that, even though Juggernaut briefly held the book, not seeing that devastating Juggernaut move and then a multi-beam with the extra dice from that move.
Didn't they change that in the new version? You can't
Oh, maybe they
add
did.
dice to it anymore or something?
I don't know.
I feel like that one was I know they changed it to an actual Mystic attack.
Yeah.
The Mystic Beam. I feel like I know there's something from objectives that you can't
Oh, you can't add crits.
Can't add dice to Montesi. Yeah, that's what I
Gotcha.
thought.
Okay.
So yeah, they really toned that down. Probably specifically for Juggernaut. So
Yeah.
you're not doing like a 9-die Montesi or whatever it is. Beam just blah.
For real. All right, so we're going to be talking to at least one of these gents here in the incredible near future.
Hi, gentlemen.
Hi, man. So what was that like up
Stream.
there?
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
So that game was MCP.
Yes, it was.
That game. So the two players were the embodiment of every single human being I want to play against in this game. Both having a great time, both very serious, both meticulous in their actions. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was Eye in the Skies. That was beautiful. Beautiful game.
Even without eyes in the sky.
Yeah, even without Eye in the Sky. So there was a question that was brought up by Aaron, just making sure that Magik didn't take Journey Through Limbo. Simon doesn't bring it in his list.
Oh,
It's not even in his roster.
in his roster.
And I thought that was kind of interesting, but as you can see, with Stormhop and her stepping, and you don't need it.
Right.
Not in this particular list.
Right. Fair.
But I'm sure Simon will tell you more about that when he's ready to come on for the interview.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a beautiful game.
Beautiful. For real. Well, and it's got to be, obviously it's disappointing, right, when you make really no bad choices, but still are able to take the victory. But that's the thing that happens at this level, right, where it was really no bad bad decisions. Lindsay just turned off the screen somehow with her
She touched the table and zapped the screen off. I heard it through the thing, but I didn't feel it that time. Just zoop.
So when you touched it, there was a snap and the screen turned off very briefly. And that's just MCP is electric here.
This room
at
is
Frontline
electric.
Gaming's Las Vegas Open. But once again, as you've heard a bunch of people talking about the. You want to do, Simon?
Yeah, if you want to break or whatever, that's cool.
Absolutely. Because I think we'll be back with Tyson as well to go over the
Painting competition. Yeah. Take a look. We got some pictures ready for that. Between this and round 2, which will round 5 actually, which will be starting at noon. Yes. Hey Simon, how you doing?
Hey, pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah, glad I got my first win of the second day.
Yeah, that was well done. Just for that, from the first activation, we did that storm hop with Domino to grab that middle objective and then run back. It was just clear you had a game plan in mind. Do you feel like that it went off how you were planning?
Yeah, like honestly, when first I got Pyro, which meant pay to flips, X-Men are already pretty advantaged. Flip mine, Spider Portal's the one I want the most out of these. And when I saw his extracts, like he had Legacy Virus, Montesi, and I think it was Paranoia for the other one. Montesi was probably the best one for me because I could just grab the central one and back up and try to consolidate that 4-3 lead and keep it for the whole game as much as I want.
Yeah, that seemed like it really went. Did Domino have that the whole game?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I missed the middle portion of it when Gabe was on here talking, so...
I went with Domino because she's probably the most resilient character I have with the crit things not exploding there.
Yeah.
So like I can pull her back and she's super tough to get rid of. So that was my idea. Like the most exposed characters in round 1 was Domino.
So I want to hear a little bit about your journey to LVO. I know you've been doing pretty well at a number of different events. To get your which one got your qualifying spot? Was that ACO?
Yes, it was ACO. It was actually my first tournament win, period.
Oh wow!
At ACO, just flat out. Like I was always doing well in local and semi-local events, like doing top 3s, top 4s. But ACO was my first tournament win, and LVO qualified. So I decided I qualified, might as well come and play it out, right?
Fantastic.
So I saw there was a question about why didn't I play Logan, I think a little earlier.
So they're asking me why he went 6 wide instead of 5 with Logan or Rogue.
Yeah, I think since I knew he'd probably be playing Mystique and Sun Potatoes, I really wanted to try and out-activate him as much as I could. And playing both Pyro and Gwen as very solid control pieces, like Gwen can yank someone off a point, and Pyro with his firewall can cripple most of the characters I was afraid of in this matchup. So like Sabretooth, Rhino, Juggernaut, like it limits their output so much, and he has that 4 energy defense. So like it gives him very good odds of flipping portals and just like I slow you with some D shape, which is the widest map. So if I slow someone every turn and flip a portal every turn, he's doing great, right?
Yeah, it seemed like he really got work done for you in that game. Pyro's been looking around. He's a popular splash.
Yeah.
For sure.
Honestly, out of the recent characters, I think both Rhino and Pyro are like very dominant scenario pieces. Like Rhino's super mobile, has a size 4 throw, hits fairly hard, has a tactics card, can steal objectives, as we saw played here. Same with Pyro, he can steal objectives, but he's dreading that ability for just crippling condition. Like root and slow, especially on like 5+ threat characters, or even on characters like Mystique. Sure, she doesn't mind the root as much, but slow on the long mover always feels terrible.
Yeah, for real. That can be. It's slow. We joke a lot about how some characters are like immune to slow if they already have a slow movement, but it can cripple other things as well, things that grant them extra movements and whatnot. So it's one of a really good superpower there, that flame wall, to throw up a couple conditions. Root, I think, is underrated often.
It's also like there's not that many characters that can throw it out. So
Yeah.
like Pyro, Cassandra Nova, Groot. I'm sure I'm forgetting another one.
Can Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch with her card. With not Mutants, Whims of Chaos can do it. But like it's really
Mr. Sinister.
How could I forget?
Chat
Mr.
will know.
Sinister,
They'll
right?
know. They'll remember. Yeah, it's a relatively rare one. So when you get hit with it, it's like, what do I do? I take the action to shake it, or do I just pay a bunch more power for stuff? It's one that can be a psychological one as well.
For sure. And on the 5+ threat characters, it sometimes can functionally be just a stagger. If they have a lot of superpowers they want to use, they have to shake it. So like paying 2 to stagger a 5+, I'll take it any day.
Yeah, right. I just imagine throwing that on like Juggernaut, so his nice punch costs 2. Like
and
then you really have to think
costs
about it. Is
4?
it worth it to spend 2 to reduce damage by 1, kind of thing? Like
It's harder.
it's almost like incinerating in a way, where you're going to be getting an extra damage through most of the time on Juggernaut.
And Pyro also hits surprisingly hard. Like with that 5 dice range 4 gainer,
Yeah.
he can boost up to 7. Like he packs a punch.
Yeah, I like Pyro a lot. He was one that when they announced it, it was like, all right, what are they going to do with him other than doing Incinerate and some ranged attacks? And I feel like they made him a
Fireball.
shockingly good control piece that also does some damage.
Yep, absolutely. And I was super pumped. Like I had it painted for LVO like super last minute. I got it 2 days before my flight.
Oh, wow.
So like super tight window to get him in. No regrets. He's like saved my ass for most of the weekend, honestly.
And he looks great. I love your whole like first class theme when everybody's wearing yellow and blue, even Pyro and Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah, even Gwen. Like everyone's rocking the X-Men yellow and blue. Like I like the cohesiveness of it.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I tend to play very heavily themed lists. Like when we do, the power phase, our lists are either usually some kind of goofy theme, like they're all blue characters, or I go typically that affiliation. We don't do a lot of splashing unless it's somebody new, just because that's generally just how we like to play the game. Like if I'm playing X-Men, I want a bunch of X-Men on my side.
Yeah, like that's why I'm super pumped for the release that's coming in like a month and a half, right? Amethyst and Psylocke.
Yeah, that looks like a great box.
Yeah, like just pack it
Can't
up
wait to
and-
see those cards.
Me too. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, right. That'd be nice.
Yep. Cool. Has anyone else from the chat got any questions?
Yeah, you got any questions for Simon here? He's going on to the semifinals. Forget who you're up against now, but
Oh, that's a good question.
Andrew, I think. Yes,
Okay, what's he playing?
he's playing Brotherhood / Avengers.
Another.
Really pretty unique roster there.
Oh, Magik not having the journey card. Yeah. Honestly, it took me a while to try Magik out without Journey Through Limbo. And honestly, it wasn't a space issue at all, actually. It's a conscientious choice. I think before the current crises we have, Journey Through Limbo was really important because if you would lose prior with X-Men, you usually would have a bunch of uneven extracts. So you always needed to chase another character since they would grab the central one and run away. So Journey Through Limbo was good to yank them back in. With even extracts, like against X-Men, most people just take Insecures by default, don't want to put any benefits. So having access to now three relatively high-scoring extracts that have only 4 tokens means I can always aim for at worst parity without compromising. So Journey Through Limbo isn't as necessary, and you play Magik mostly for like her crazy mobility. You stay back like I did a round or two, and when you're powered up, you get in, you kill a model, and then you can like go away to play the scenario again. Like, I like being able to harass early on, then move in and out. That's what it works.
Nice. Very cool. I like Rogue Egan's podcast in the chat brings up that it's one of those things where you got to try things and stop getting sucked into what's, quote, required.
Yes.
Like, just because you have Magik doesn't mean you have to use that card. It doesn't fit every scenario. And Simon, high-level players fighting it, is fitting fewer scenarios than it used to.
The other good example for this that I have in my list is Jean Grey, that I actually play without a card.
But you actually have Jean Grey. That's great.
Yep. Same with SEO. So far, she's always been carrying me. Because I'm playing her for a kick. And while mental domination is good, it's still too much of a tax for her power because I want to use either Shield Mind or Matter Transmutation as much as I can.
And she's about the superpowers for sure.
Yes, and like that 3 power tax, like while mental domination is good, that 3 power tax, I think I would rather not use on a card than on a hurt kit.
I like that. Very nice.
Well, thanks for having me. I think I'm going to go pack up my stuff since they want to put the other players for the next round.
Yeah, since we have the brackets all set up, people know who they're playing right away, and they're already moving stuff over. So thanks so much for joining us, Simon. Good luck in the semifinals.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for chat and my friends cheering for me. I'll try to do you proud.
Awesome. Alrighty, so looks like I'm not sure who has Tim has over here. I think Tim and Tyson might be joining to talk about the painting competition.
You'll have Parker on, and like Justin went to go grab the water.
Oh, okay, we're gonna have Parker.
So there was a big fan group in the chat yesterday. People wanted to see Parker.
Awesome. So yeah, Parker fans, we're gonna have him on. He was gonna join us yesterday, and we had a little miscommunication, but he's joining us now. All right. Wasn't sure if Tim was sitting down or not.
Here, let me send me a text. I know a guy who's going to want me to see that.
All right. Making sure everybody knows that their friend is on here, so. And just what's going on right now.
This is probably, I think people can also see this later, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. It'll be on demand on Twitch for a while, then we'll also be putting it on YouTube as soon as we can.
Okay, sweet. It's my wife and a good friend who painted all my models, so I feel good about it.
Oh, nice. So welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing so well. The last round deflated my balloon a little bit because I've now got 2 losses where I scored 16 victory points. That's a bit brutal. I'm just like my 2 losses on the weekend where I score 16 and still lose, but I'm keeping perspective. I'm learning a lot, learning a ton. Seeing so much awesome play, it's been a lot of fun.
For real, yeah. I feel like every time we do one of these cons, I get better just because of what we see.
Oh yeah.
Even though I haven't rolled a single die all weekend.
Yeah. Also, it's really fun to, when you play this many games, you start to see trends. You're like, oh, when this character's rolling up hot, then my game plan can do this. When this character's rolling down low, then I need to do this. And you can start to shift that. When you separate one game a week, it's hard to see those trends.
Absolutely.
It's really cool to start to see when you get all that data at once, you really get a feel for what's going on. It's the only way to do it is at a con. It's so fun.
Nice. So what are you running today, or this event?
So my name is Parker, and I'm running A-Force almost all the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm the guy who's been piloting A-Force all through the LCQ, and I've played it every game so far. My goal was to get into the Invitational and get best A-Force. That was my goal. And it looks good so far.
Nice.
There's one other guy who has an A-Force Switch, but I don't know if he's played it once. So
okay.
So it's felt really good. I wanted to get in the Invitational and then play A-Force, and I've done all that. It's been great.
So what's your go-to squad then? She-Hulk, of course.
Right. So She-Hulk and Carol, it's Captain Marvel.
Oh.
She-Hulk and Carol feel really, really good together. They're like a strong core. If I see a weird scenario, like I have, if they have like 2 reds. What's the 2 paranoia? Like if paranoia's in the middle, sometimes I'll switch to Angela so she can do some cool stuff, pick things up and drop off She-Hulk.
Nice.
If there's a really low point level, I'd probably still do Carol, but if I want to do something fun, want to add more models in, I'll do Crystal. But basically, I need somebody to special deliver She-Hulk. So the first 2 models are She-Hulk and which model is special delivering.
Yeah, who's got flight that can fit in there.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right. And so they form the core, and then Shuri's usually the third if I get my
Shuri.
blues. So she's going to sit on the back point and feed She-Hulk and whoever else is with her lots of rerolls.
All kinds of upgrades.
Yeah.
Maybe some pushes here and there.
Oh, yeah. She is really funny. On the tournament, she has only rolled like 4 dice damage always, and it's been really kind of annoying sometimes.
Okay,
because I just played against Shield, and he had the aggressive back in if I do damage, and I kept triggering it. I was like, push you off, and he's like, spin 1 to come back on because I did 1 damage. And he goes like, do it again. Don't roll well. It's like 7. I'm like 7. Yeah, it was. She's been rolling like a monster and doing 1 damage. It's really
no,
weird.
I don't want to do any damage.
Yeah.
Just the push, please.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
It was.
Are you finding Shuri is struggling at all with? I've seen a lot of big models out there like Rhino and Juggernaut and Magik. Do you find you're seeing more of those size models since she got her? Can she push size 3? Or is it 2?
Size 3.
Okay, it is size 3.
Here's the thing. I literally played A-Force because big models are in the game now.
Okay.
And I'm totally not scared that Shuri can't push them because She-Hulk's on the list.
Fair.
And
Totally fair.
She-Hulk eats big models.
Oh, yeah. Because she's like, I'm bigger than you. I don't care.
Yes. It's actually been one of the things, one of the meta things I was excited about was when Rhino came out and everybody was super excited to get on that train and people were dropping him in every list. You know, back when it was just MODOK and Black Dwarf, those sort of, and Hulk, those are the 4 big models. She never, weight training only ever gave her 2 dice, maybe 3 dice.
Yeah, if you're
but
lucky.
I constantly get 4 dice, or I actually played 1 round in the Sentinels, and she was just like 5 dice, cool, 5 dice, cool.
Oh, no, yeah. And they're not so good against physical, so that's a great matchup for her.
Every time they've added a big model to the game, She-Hulk gets a little bit better.
That makes sense, yeah.
And she's always been a really interesting tech piece against like core huge models, like centerpiece models. She's always been excellent against that.
Yeah.
And Malik's another one. Like they put him in, and he was popular, and he's size 4, so she can just knock him down too. She can also yeet all of them except for Sentinels, but she can just throw them away.
Do you ever consider taking Hulk in there to smash what's the card that they throw stuff to? The 2 of them throw stuff together.
Oh, right.
Agents of Smash?
Agents of Smash.
Yeah. Ever think about that to be hurling Sentinels around?
I have never. It sounds like a ton of fun. It sounds like a blast, but I think I purposely got into A-Force going, I know what the typical view of A-Force is, which is like double Hulks or something like that. And I was like, I'm not going to do double Hulks. I'm going to do special delivery with She-Hulk. That's what I'm going to have. Whoever's with She-Hulk is going to be able to do damage with her. And I'm just going to make She-Hulk a big workhorse. And the other bit thing that drew me to her is they're the only faction with 2 points that can also score. Because Guardians is the other one, but Nebula can't score.
Right.
And so
they've got Black Widow and
Okoye.
Oh, Okoye, duh.
So I was struggling. I played a lot of off meta lists. I love playing off meta stuff, and so I was playing Inhumans for a while.
Okay.
And I was like, but Inhumans is nothing but a 5 leader and 3s and 4s, and I would just get wrecked if somebody dropped a lot of extracts on me, and they added more extracts with the update. And so I was like, I need to be able to go more wide and still play my Keystone model, my leader. And so A-Force felt great because sometimes I'm just like, I'm going to go ahead and play 5 and She-Hulk because I've got 2 2s that can score also. So it feels good.
That works really well. Now, it's nice to see A-Force represented. When they added that affiliation, it was like, this is super cool. It's what got Danny into the game when she was like, yeah, I can legitimately play an all-female roster. She's like, I'm in now. She was kind of holding off for a little while because she's like, I don't want to play a bunch of dudes. A-Force is a nice one to add that diversity that things need.
What I've told some people, of course, a lot of people come in and ask me, it's like, you're 5-0 with A-Force. How? And I've got models like Wasp in there.
Nice. You never see Wasp.
Yeah, I played her 3 times this weekend.
I like Wasp.
And every time I put her on the table, except for one, I won, but the one time I lost, she still dazed 2 models and KO'd one.
What?
It's because when you
zaps.
the idea is all she, like a lot of other models in A-Force, they're all actually really premium models, but they're usually starved for one thing or another. So when you drop Wasp somewhere else, she doesn't feel that great. But when you start the turn with 4 power, and she's small, and she zaps somebody, gets 1. Well, now she's going to do her spender. So now that's a 5 dice energy, a 6 dice energy. She transforms and then throws a size 3 at you. And she moves medium and places once.
Yeah.
Like she's super mobile, huge amounts of energy dice, and a size 3 throw. Like this model feels fantastic, but how are you going to give her 4 power at the start of the turn? Well, she never gets 4 power in every other faction, but in A-Force, she constantly has 4 power.
Yeah, I bet. And you know where you're putting it.
Right. So Carol's the same way. Like a lot of people are like, you don't see Carol because she needs that.
She's got to get to that binary form.
Right.
So
it's really when you look at the roster, you see all those individual models, and you go, okay, well this can't be that good because all these individual models feel weak. They feel behind the curve. But in A-Force, exactly, they all work.
That leadership brings them all together, which is how leadership should work, right?
and then there are like a couple super amazing models that are way above the curve, like Shuri, like She-Hulk, that when you put them down, you feel great because they've always been above the curve, and they feel even better with getting more power and
right. They're good on their own, but even better in the affiliation.
Right. And the cards
like
are amazing. The cards are amazing.
I like. Is it A-Force Assemble? Is that it's the Steadfast Determination?
Steadfast Determination.
I like that's the one you can't push them into. I like that one a lot.
I've actually Special Delivery has been such an amazing card all weekend because two experienced players, they see it, they go, it's drop off. But we haven't seen drop off for like 2 years or something like that.
I saw it once ever before it got banned.
Right, exactly. And so it used to be a super staple card, but they got it banned so early. So people then people kind of moved away from A-Force. And there are so many things Special Delivery does. Yes, on the one hand, it gets her some extra attack and some extra power, but the other thing it does is it counters some of the biggest opening turn moves in the plays for the game. I played against a great Thanos player playing X-Men, Gabe. He was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And so on turn 1, my Black Widow moves up, takes the center point. He comes up with Thanos, draws her in, tries to kill her, but she triggers Martial Artist, so she lives on 2.
Oh.
And then I Special Delivery with Crystal, send my She-Hulk all the way across the board. Crystal's now on the center point, capping it, and She-Hulk's within 2 of Black Widow. Kill Black Widow now.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And,
you got a bodyguard
and
there.
I get to clock Thanos once. And people are
That's a great play, yeah.
And all of a sudden people are like, oh crap, now how do I kill Black Widow? And that's happened twice. Somebody Deception Black Widow. Here comes She-Hulk and Angela.
She-Hulk to the rescue.
Yeah, Angela. And not only Angela. So now Angela's capping a point. She picked up a Paranoia, dropped off She-Hulk next to Black Widow, and She-Hulk got to clock somebody.
And a good old hit there. That's awesome.
It feels, and you're just like, and all of a sudden your opponent's like, well, crap.
Yep.
Like now I have to kill Black Widow through She-Hulk. Crud.
That's a lot of ablative wounds on Black Widow there to get through.
And the next turn, is Stalwart Determination, and then you can't move anything to try to mess up the little an A-Force symbol. So now Black Widow rolls 2 extra dice, or 1 extra dice maybe, or maybe 2 extra dice depending upon when she gets to move.
That's nice.
When we were playtesting it, Black Widow lived through a Malekith turn. Just under A-Force's symbol, she had +3 dice, and he was within range 2 of her. So he's just like all swinging, and I'm like, block 6. He's like, block 6.
What?
He's like, I get blanks and Shuri rerolls, and I crit once, so yeah, I block 6. And he's like, okay,
wait a minute,
I'll throw her. Stalwart Determination. He's like, I'll hit her again with Mystic. He tried the Mystic Beam because I'm not going to let Martial Artist. She has 4.
She starts with 4 Mystic defense. Yeah.
Like 8, and he goes 8, and I was like, sorry.
How's his 2 threats so tanky?
Yeah,
that's really great.
Black Widow's another one. She was great in Avengers days, Battle Box days, but in A-Force she's super strong. It feels great.
I like that a lot.
A lot of sleepers in that list. It's really fun to play.
We had a question a couple minutes ago from Winry the Whale Shark. Nice. I like that name too. We're talking about how well the affiliation itself synergizes together, but do you find there any key splashes that you like in there, or do you tend to go just A-Force?
Well, they benefit so much from having A-Force members on the board. So far in this tournament, I've gone primary A-Force, but I like having. The nice thing about it is they have Storm if you want to do an X-Men switch. So they have Storm and Domino in the affiliation. They both feel great. And so if you want to have an X-Men switch, you could pull out one A-Force member for pick your X-Men that you love. So if you want to try to play They do not like spreading out. They really don't like spreading out into D scenarios and things like that. So you can put in. I personally think the member to take out, or the reason to take A-Force out, is because you're trying to play a scenario you don't like, and you want to pull an A-Force member out to play something you don't like playing, like a D. So putting in somebody like Beast might be awesome just because he loves to play on a D.
Okay.
He'll just stand on a D and keep throwing people away. But you just pick your other model. In my list, I did Hulkbuster because I want to be able to switch to Avengers because I have a bunch of Avengers in the list already. I switched to Wasp. I was like, well, Wasp is cool, so we'll put in Wasp. She works in A-Force. And I was like, so I'll be able to run in Avengers if I want to go wide. Wasp doesn't mind Ds because she can fly around and duel people.
Okay. I like that a lot, planning for the scenarios you don't have in your...
Right. I think A-Force loves their roster so much, you're probably only taking 2 or 3 models out to play your other list you might want to drop in for the thing you don't want to play with your A-Force.
Right. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I like hearing Hulkbuster. We don't see that too often. He's a super cool model.
Right.
I love what he does. He plays so unique. There's a few of them out there in the Invitational, so that's a really interesting splash, especially to see a splash as a big, expensive piece, too.
Right.
Typically, splashes we think of as like 3s and 2s more often than not.
I don't think there's like A-Force. I mean, the A-Force affiliation. When you look at it, you go, "Oh, anybody would like 1 power. Anybody would like 2 power."
Yeah.
And so that it's not that there's a wrong answer, but I found after playing it so much that I need that splash to do something A-Force doesn't do.
That makes perfect
that's what I
sense.
found out.
That's why you would splash in, right? Instead of just taking someone else that's already there.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Parker, for joining us. We're gonna I have Tyson come on and talk about the painting competition they judged yesterday. We got a bunch of awesome pictures of that we're gonna bring up. I believe Tim is gonna talk with him about that, and we'll see awesome models there. Did you have your roster in that?
Yes, my roster's in there, and I want to say one more thing.
Sure.
I'm gonna break. If anybody would like to learn more about A-Force, I'm on a podcast out of Kansas City called Infamous, and so we're gonna break down the tournament really hard. So if you'd like to know more about each game, I know people have been really excited to learn how A-Force went through all this stuff, and also we'll talk a little bit about how I got to the list I got to and brought it. So if you want to listen to Infamous podcast, that's the one I'm going to talk about in depth about each game, probably the next cast. So
Great,
everybody excited to learn more. So. Thank you so much for having me on, man. This is awesome. This has been a great tournament.
It's been an awesome weekend. Yeah,
it's been fantastic.
For real.
Thanks.
All right, so once we get Tim and Tyson flagged down, we'll jump over into the painting competition talk.